we started curating this show about 2 years ago. I think we first idea started to emerge of doing a show here.
Yeah, I mean, it came off the back of another exhibition that we curated in 2020 in Berlin. Yeah, I used to be a big Prince fan when I was younger, and so we called it Pop Life after one of the singles that he released in the 1980s. It was a very appropriate title. Obviously, you've got popular culture, and then life relates to the figure and the human form, which is what the exhibition is about.
We both have been curating exhibitions for about 10 years or longer, and yeah, also in those shows, drawing has always played a big part. Not all the shows are purely about drawing, but I have done quite a few that are just drawing, and otherwise in the other shows always drawing plays a big part as well. Yeah. So yeah, here we have Marcel van Eeden. He's a Dutch artist. Yeah, he now lives in Switzerland actually, but exhibits his work worldwide. He's in big collections like the MoMA, and all his works are based on magazine clippings and postcards from the era, the time before he was born.
I think what we're dealing with here, what his work deals a lot with, is history and the inauthenticity of history and our experience of history.
So yeah, here we see the work of Dutch artist Schleiffert, and yeah, it's based on pop music. These are older works, I think.
All the work we've got in the exhibition are dealing with fashion and popular music as well. Are the two sort of themes running through all the works that we have by her. On this wall here, the companion work we have in this exhibition is Lady Gaga, and you can see that she's depicted Lady Gaga with a vulture's head. Again, the dress is very significant, and I think the amulets are meant as a form of protection. I think they're very much about, or the themes that she seems to be interested in are man versus woman, old versus young, and weak versus strong. So this is the work of Sandra Vásquez de la Horra. She's a Chilean artist who is based in Berlin. These works are very, I think, typical works by her. Her work usually focuses on the human figure. The figure is often isolated, and the works are very much placed on a blank background, certainly as the works are here. The technique's very interesting with these works. She obviously draws in the materials that she uses, which is often pencil and charcoal, but she always dips them in beeswax, which gives them the lovely ochre quality that the works have. So these are my works as an artist, and my contribution to the exhibition. They are actors portraying Van Gogh. They deal with identity and how it's formed through the language of popular culture. He was apparently a very shy, diffident character, and the image that we have of him is he's taken on, if you like, the charisma of the actors who've portrayed him. So when we're thinking of Van Gogh now, I think we think of Kirk Douglas standing in the field under the blazing sun, heroically painting. So a myth has been created which replaces reality.
So yeah, here we have the work of a Belgian-Flemish artist, Rinus van Velde. He's the youngest of all the artists in the group, but he's very prolific and very successful. These are actually, believe it or not, smaller of his works. Usually he works on a really large scale.
Well, these two works that we have are taken from his exhibition that he produced in 2019 titled The Villagers, which was his first foray into film. These two works depict a tennis player but the works themselves are very much about the counterfeit and the fake, because if we look very carefully or very closely at this work, although it looks at first it's obviously a tennis player, when you look closely you can see that the net is a prop and everything is fake, which I think relates to art in general.
So yeah, here we've got the work of Scottish artist Paul McDevitt. He lives and works in Berlin. And these are a continuing project of his where he draws on notes that he's previously made while sitting on the telephone or on the computer, writing down measurements or phone numbers or people's names, and then later integrates those into his drawing.
I think they're the perfect drawings for this exhibition, because one of the main themes of the exhibition is to explore where high and low culture meet. And as you can see in these drawings, he's combining a lot of he's challenging art hierarchies, and he's combining a lot of traditional sculptures with and mashing them together with a lot of cartoon, graffiti, and other pop culture imagery.
So yeah, here we have my own work, and these first four are very much a result of the pandemic and the lockdowns. All of a sudden, we were forced to meet online. People I usually would go for a pint on a Friday night in a pub. Now we were all sitting at home having a beer with a computer screen. And I think it's something most people probably recognize. These are my parents. They actually live in the same house and they have rooms next to each other. But sometimes we talk on 3 different computers over Skype. And this series is very recent, that I also made specifically for the exhibition. And they're about politicians before they became politicians. And that were already known to the general public because of their appearance in quiz shows and films, and in this case with Donald Trump in a WWE wrestling match.